But I was good at seeing things. Details. Systems and routines.
A manhunt tonight for an escaped prisoner.
Find a safe place to hide for a few months.
You've heard Dean talking about the movie Roof Man, the true story of an escaped prisoner, Jeffrey Manchester, who turned to a life of crime by breaking into stores through their roofs. One of those roofs was a Toys R Us store in North Carolina where he lived, undetected for 6 months. Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst star in the movie. It's thoughtful, funny, touching, says Dean, and was brought to the screen by writer-director Derek Cianfrance, and he joins us now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Oh, we were just saying, it seems like the only movies that get made are superhero movies, machine gun movies. How did you get this made?
Just through a lot of passion. I mean, any movie you make is a miracle. I had spent a number of years, like 4.5 years, researching this story. I spent a lot of time talking to the real guy, Jeff Manchester. He's currently in a maximum security prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. I couldn't call him. He could only call me, but I got him my number, and he started calling me about 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, wow.
And I had about 400 hours phone calls with him. And I was just intrigued by this story of this criminal, this hardened criminal who would put people in a freezer, but he would give them a jacket.
Yeah.
He was the guy who was an Army vet who escaped prison but didn't live in the woods. He lived in a toy store. Yeah. And so he had a very unique spirit to him, optimism, and really this humanity. And it was actually, the more I researched the movie, the more I realized it was his humanity that made him a poor criminal. If he was more cold-hearted, we would never.
Probably got away with. He'd probably still be out there, right?
He'd be on a beach somewhere.
Wow, that's interesting.
So, from what I read, before living in the Toys R Us for a while, this man broke into lots of fast food restaurants like McDonald's. He would go through the roof.
Yeah.
When you had those conversations with him, what was his thinking in terms of going through the roof and, just doing things that way?
He's a bit of a MacGyver character. So he was in the military. He was in the Army for 9 years. And when he got out of the Army, as a lot of veterans who I've talked to have had a similar experience, he had trouble assimilating back into society and finding what his place was. He had a family. He was having trouble supporting them. So he used some of his skills that he learned in the... I mean, the military isn't teaching people to break into roofs, but he figured out how to get in. His superpower was kind of observation. And so his wife worked at a McDonald's, and he realized patterns that he saw in McDonald's, and he decided to go in there, and he made these huge mistakes. And the contradiction is like he was trying to be a provider or be a good father for his children and get them a better home. And then he ended up getting 45 years.
So as you mentioned, as you can't rely on explosions and monsters and so on in a movie like this, how do you get the most out of the performances of the actors?
There is an explosion.
Oh, okay.
There's one explosion. I love actors. I feel like as a filmmaker, as an audience member, when I go to movies, I love watching actors. And in this movie, I have some of my favorite actors of all time in the movie. Channing Tatum, who is one of these rare actors that can kind of wear every genre hat. He's amazing in love stories, amazing in action movies. He's like one of the great comedic geniuses of our time. He's a very vulnerable, dramatic actor, and so I kind of wrote this role specifically for him to try to play on all of his strengths. And I think that's what, there's a lot of emotional, it's like this movie's like an emotional roller coaster in that way, and it all comes through the performances.
Yeah, you even got him to run around the Toys R Us store without any clothes on.
That was that really happened to the real Jeff. He did get caught giving himself a sponge bath in the toy store.
And got caught by the manager.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, and
Channing told me that he didn't know how exposed he was going to be.
Well, I
during
wrote
the
it
filming of this.
As I told Channing, it was in the script.
Yeah,
I told him.
And he didn't read it.
I know. He skimmed through it. Anyway, we got there on that day. He kept asking me, "How are you going to shoot this scene?" And I was like, "Well, I'm just going to shoot it." And he's like, "How are you not going to see anything?" And I was like, "Well." And then I got into the editing room, and I called him. I was like, "So what do you want me to do here? Should I paint everything out?" And he was like, "Don't do that. Then look like he has. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is a morning show. Let's keep it short.
Children might be watching.
I know. Sorry.
The movie is really interesting, but as I've been saying in my review, it's full of heart and it's touching and it's funny, and it really stands alone on the movie scene today. I can't recommend it enough. Thank you for such a great movie.
Thank you so much. You know, I was really, as I was telling these two, I was really interested in the humanity of this character, because I think it was Jeff's humanity that made him a worse criminal. And it was all the research of talking to the real people that kind of led me down that path. Everyone in his life loved him.
Yeah, it's in theaters now, Roof Man. Thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, guys.